Hello, y'all. It's Take a Gavin. We are back, and today we're checking out something new. I just want to call it Dial, because I'm not exactly sure how to say this name. D1AL-ogue? I don't know. I'm just gonna call it Dial. It is. God dang it! It is a free to play Cyberpunk Connect 3 or something to that effect. You'll see. I've not actually seen anyone playing this game at all. I've actually been watching or keeping track of this game for like a year, maybe a little less than a year. But it's right up my freaking alley. As far as I can tell from the description of the game, you are an android repair technician. And it's, of course, dialogue. That would actually make more sense. Yep. Anyway, also, hey, Mex, welcome in. So, yeah, it is a free-to-play Cyberpunk Connect 3 game, and it looked really cute, and I wanted to play it. And we have cute anime or freaking pixel art cyborg girls that we repair. Dialogue. Thank you, Bex. Makes sense now. I don't know why that didn't click. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. So yes, I have not seen anyone play it. I do not really know how to play it unless you count, looking at the trailer of the game. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna start this. This looked fun. Once again, free. And it looked really good. So let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Hey, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing over there? I seem to have gotten a bit used to life in Chroma City. Instead of the rising sun, I've started dividing my days by payment, approvals, and insufficient funds. Feels a little, too real. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are solved with price tags. Wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Right. The price of beer went up again recently. Everything is going up. Except for two things. The sun and my income. But Michelle, everything comes at a high price except for the value of labor. But I can't afford I can find some stability, at least while working. When I drifted here after we parted ways, I thought my incompetence was the reason for our breakup. And that thought still weighs me down. I can't say things are completely different now, but here, at least, while I'm holding on to my work, that weight lifts, just for a moment. Regardless of how much I earn, that time, at least, I have the assurance that I won't collapse. This is feeling a little too freaking real. The people I meet, the conversations we have, and what I've come to feel, I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district, slightly away from the city center, repair clinic, dialogue, a place where the outside noise recedes from with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills, because in Chroma City, they give estimates for heartbreaks and charge for repairs. December 14th. Lame. Wow. I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday. and I couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck. Okay. I'm trying to... His portable virtual chip. But maybe it activated during repairs. Because he started running around the room like crazy, swinging a leather belt at me. Thanks to him, my dial equipment almost bit the dust too. That's because you have such a shady and lame name. Wow. Wow. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Huh. Don't tell me. You're talking about the oasis of Chroma City, bathed in neon light. D1AL-ogue Repair Clinic. A repair clinic is an all-around sanctuary that provides not just quick and accurate repairs. It's a Zach! How do you still have points? Every day. And a 60-day stream streak. Heck yeah. Blah, 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 indeed. But also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly why Eves needing repairs turn away and go elsewhere. Emotional stability for Eves. It feels less like shady and more like creepy. Saying hi and doing things before we lose power due to the... Wait, damn. Got a big storm coming through? It looked like there was a storm coming through, but there's nothing... I didn't see anything over here. But it looked like it. Well, hopefully you don't lose power. We actually technically lost freaking, power during that big freaking... What was that? It was like 2 weeks ago? A week ago? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, tornado watch all day. Damn. Okay. Is that why you habitually make Eves wet themselves? What the frick? To be precise, it's the act of discharging overheated coolant. Okay. Your phrasing is misleading. Same difference. What do you mean, same difference? You're probably the only one who describes it like that. Stop spouting nonsense so early and check your equipment already. Are you not opening for business today? You used to love stories like this. Even though you used to sing about wanting to become an Eve when you were little. Shut up. Seems like the hangover from yesterday's beer is pretty bad. And speaking of Eves, why don't you replace that outdated equipment in your repair clinic? Using a dial see, I want to say dial, but it's D1AL, but I guess anyway, when deal is already out is disrespectful to them. What you're overlooking is that D1AL equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. The diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation that even with the 5th generation out, it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's the difference? The main advancements are in unit synthesis. Convenience in the synthesis process, overclocking synthesized parts, firmware modifications, etc. However, I can make up for the dial's lagging synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. That's actually kind of impressive. Crucially, if I upgrade to a newer generation, why? Is there an extra subscription fee? There would be no point in having registered the business as D1AL-ogue You don't seem to get it. A little wit breathes virtuality into a weary life, and also vitality. A little bit of wit breathes vitality into a weary life, and also seeing this strangely named repair clinic operating normally, I guess your skills really are unquestionable. Then it should be a breeze if I suddenly test you with the standard Doxel Practice Level 1 mock maintenance, right? Ugh. Practice repair. Prove Michelle wrong about your skills. Target moves 20. I don't want to hear that from you, sir. I don't want to hear that from you. Been a while since the last mock maintenance. Let's take it step by step. Play the tutorial. I already know all this. No, let's do the tutorial because I have no clue. You can check the damaged parts on dial that need repair. Hover over the damaged part to see the required units. First, let's select a damaged part to repair. Dial consists of 4 layers and 6 index? No. How the frick? Indices? Whatever, anyway. Each module can be moved by dragging it to swapped places with adjacent modules, up, down, left, or right. Moving modules use Dial's battery. If you use up all the battery, you can't move anymore. Let's try moving a module. Yeah. Right click, okay. While dragging a module, right click to cancel the move. Try canceling a move with the right click. Okay. Okay. If you move a module to align 3 or more, they synthesize into a higher tier unit. Vertical and horizontal. Okay, so they can't be like a group. It has to be up, down, or around. Let's try synthesizing modules into a higher tier unit. What do we have here? So you can do this one. Are these? Yeah, these are their own color too. Okay. I can do this one. I can do this one. If I actually, this would work. Oh wait, this one didn't combine though. Okay, so that doesn't work that way. If you synthesize modules a total of 10 times, the battery overcharges and increases max capacity. Click the battery to proceed. You can check the current damaged location and require units on the right-hand panel, which is this one here. Hover your mouse over each damaged location to see the required unit. Synthesize the required unit and move it to the damaged location. You can also repair using a higher tier unit. Like that. Placing the required unit on the damaged spot activates the replace button. Press it to swap the unit. Looks like the replacement went well. All right, let's keep going. Select the next damaged part. In this case, requires multiple types of units. The info panel will show the required unit colors for each position. Okay, so we need red, blue, and yellow. Interesting. Just place the units according to the colors to replace them. Now, place the required module to complete the maintenance. Interesting. Hold on. Okay. Trying to see what this also means here. So this yellow one that's right here. Let's see. We can't move. Oh, I can move that up. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Alright, so if I put you here, we can replace. Okay, now we need blue. We need blue and we need yellow. Yellow is right here. Or actually, hold on. This should work then, right? That did not work. That did not work. However, I should then be able to do this, right? Okay. What if I do this now? Okay, that doesn't look like that works that way. Okay, what if I do this, then this? That does not work. What if I, okay, do that, then that. I replace that. Okay. That's repaired. I need to combine these. Okay. Okay. Now let's select the final damaged part. The last damaged part requires a higher tier. You can check unit appearance by tier on the phone by pressing tab. Okay, so it's not, that's tier 1, tier 2, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's use Dial's special function. There's a gauge bar on the left. Click the gauge bar. This gauge charges for the corresponding type when 4 or more modules are synthesized. When fully charged, click the gauge in the module or unit of another type to convert it. Let's try changing a type. You can cancel by right-clicking. How do I do this? Okay. If you made a mistake or think it's hopeless, press the restart button to try the repair again. Click the restart button to proceed. Okay. Let's collect gauge charge and use it to change types while repairing. And that goes there. So these can't merge. It's a little annoying that that can't merge. But I get it. Okay, whatever. Anyway. So that's not going to do me any good. That's not going to do me any good. I can do this, but this... Let me see something real quick. Data storage, messages, music player, and okay, whatever. Anyway. Okay. We need to get over there. It needs to be a level 2. We can do this one. I need more... Like, I want to call this freaking, like, magenta or something. I don't know. Whatever. You can't combine. The only ones that can combine right now is this one. Alright, this will combine. I don't know exactly what that does. Anyway, okay, we need to... I can do this. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so it's multicolored. Okay, so it has the 3 colors here. I can change one to yellow. There we go. Nice. Satisfied now? That's really amazing. Honestly, I knew you ran a repair clinic, but I didn't know you were this skilled. Even with the latest D1AL-ogue equipment, it wouldn't be this fast for a level 1 mock maintenance. I see you in a new light. This is nothing. If I want to attract Eve customers to this strangely named repair clinic of yours, I can't tolerate a single maintenance error. First impressions are most important wherever you go. If you care so much about first impressions, why don't you erase that suspicious slogan on the front door? Besides, there needs to be comfort during the repair process for them to feel emotionally stable and open up. I just can't understand that creepy philosophy of yours. I should probably start opening up the shop now. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Hey! Okay, so it did count. Target moves was 20. Perfect. This should be enough to stop Michelle from nagging me. Save? Oh, okay. Okay. Go away. Welcome. This is Repair Clinic Dialogue. Hey, Chris. Ah, pray. What brings you here at this hour? What about your cafe shift? Are you watching the popular show airing these days? Buff Girl Ohara? What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you watching it? I do watch it every week, but... Then this will be quick. In yesterday's episode, do you remember the scene where Ohara smashed Mrs. Blind with a magical pile driver. Okay. So should I move? Am I in a... Oh, I move a little bit. Just so I'm not blocking. There we go. O'Hara rarely gets pushed into a corner. So seeing her fight back with a double nosebleed and crush Blind's neck for a comeback was quite the twist in many ways. That's exactly it. What exactly is it? What exactly are you trying to say? A villain showed up at our shop, and they look like they just desperately need that pile driver. I knew you'd understand. I only understand that you have a difficult customer. Could you speak a bit more clearly? They say he's a bigwig from Sunshine Corp. He claims his mere visit is a favor to this crappy shop, and threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in this district with a single word. A difficult routine every day. A different routine every day. I envy how today is unlike yesterday. Shut up! Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but new stability officer faces all morning. Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they swarm like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something. So that's what happened. What brings such a person to a backwater like this? I don't know the details, but it seems he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the Neon Shine subscription fees around here starting next month. And removing the free Neon Shine streetlights. Controlling the light. His actions are just like Mrs. Blind. See why I brought up Buff Girl? Okay. If Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality, then a magical pile driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go and try it? It's way out of my expertise and job description, but I can mimic it. I knew it. I wanted to pour coffee on his face, but now I feel a bit better. Right. And if you're really going to try it, be careful. The security is intense. You could get arrested just for keeping your hands in your pockets. Then again, today, my secret power will remain hidden. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking of subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room. But with the increased fees, it'll be tight. Same here. Really? Eves are relatively free from LDS. So, do you really need to subscribe to Neon Shine? It's only relatively free. If our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I've got someone to look after. You mean Remy? Remy is family. It's a cat. Does being a cat mean it can't be family? True. You better watch your words in front of our Remy. Pray show her claws. Adopting an aggressive cat-like stance. Please forgive me. I'll make an exception this time. I kind of wish she had done that in... Hey, wait a minute. I know that face back there. I know that face back there. I'll make an exception this time, because I'm generous. Anyway, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy. What were you thinking of getting? Buff Girl collaboration merch. They're doing a collaboration with a neural stimulation unit for Eves. They announced that pre-orders will start on the day the last episode airs. The things people come up with. What do you mean, the things they come up with? This collaboration product is amazing. They said when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it shakes your cognitive abilities. Okay. Creating the illusion of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this. What on earth does that mean? And aren't the expressions shake cognitive abilities and illusions of transforming seriously suspicious? You're making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the chips you usually use, I don't think you're in a position to talk. What do you say? Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know. I didn't even put them there for you. I didn't even put them there for you to see. You just looked at them on your own. I have no intention of respecting your tastes. Wow, okay. I see how it is. But if I may give you a piece of personal advice, in a repair clinic where Eves are the main customers, displaying chips with covers showing Eves and humans getting intimate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem like a very good choice. I just put frequently used items where they're easy to see. It's inevitable in a workshop with lots of tools. I feel like I just heard some terrible information. If you're lonely, why don't you find a lover? I'm sorry, but... Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize quickly. It was as if she didn't want to hear it. Did she foresee what I was going to say? And can I ask for a simple repair? I need to create an excuse to tell the boss. Sure, repairs are always welcome. Pray requests. Create an excuse for Prey's absence. Target moves 28. It does look freaking cool though. I freaking love this art style so much. I really do love this art style so much. Okay, I could probably get you. You idiot. I didn't even do anything yet. I haven't even done anything yet. Oh, you idiot. Okay. Now see, if that had popped up when I did that, I could believe it. I did whatever, it's fine. None of these I can really move. Okay. Don't you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to look cool. I agree with that part. Sounds like a name where they changed one syllable from neon sign and celebrated themselves for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with the name just as bad. Wow. Thanks. I mean, it's right there. Can't I just move it down? What exactly does the stimulation from the empathy unit feel like? I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious since I've never felt it myself. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion. Okay. If humans feel it through muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion, for Eves, that's just replaced by the empathy unit, stimulating this directly gives a quite pleasurable feeling. So... Is it like an orgasm? It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing. Then what about the collaboration merch you mentioned earlier? I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. They say power surges through you. Sure, whatever. Okay. Is there a way to see? What is that? Okay. No. I'm trying to see if there's a way to tell how many moves I've made. If I do this... Okay, that made that one. And then I can move it down. Is there a way to... What's H do? Just hide. No. Backlog, tab. I'm trying to see if there's a way. I'm guessing. Yay. All done. There were no major issues. Wow, my stiff back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when Ohara purifies her body with brief seed? But, okay. Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something so noble? Crude? You're too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills. Enough, Prey. Save that talk for after you buy me a beer. You make a fuss even when I compliment you. What a personality. I noticed earlier your power unit was screaming again. Are you overworking yourself lately? It must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of the shop lately. They've practically set up camp there. Zombies? You mean flicker patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense. No, those are blackouts. It's a state where even radical methods like electronic drugs can't prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seems to just call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients. I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts. Drug addicts are probably better off than them. Aren't they both equally in the gutter? At least junkies have their infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse. Infinite love. Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and property without hesitation. Isn't that the perfect expression? It's like, if it's not you, the world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are like empty shells with even their desires gone. Damn. Walking comatose patients. They wander around following the light by instinct. And when they find neon shine, they swarm like gnats and won't leave. Chasing light suggests they still have at least minimal desires left. If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light. It's just that it's the only stimulus left that they can react to. If they crawled around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible. As I recall, the shop you work at has a floor-to-ceiling glass window on one side. Right. And clearing away the gnats that gather there is one of my daily tasks. It's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads. And the other 20% is because of the idiot removing streetlights? Exactly. Every day must be tough. It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's going to get. You know that? Happiness and unhappiness are influenced more by the future events than the present. Wasn't that a study on human psychology? Humans and Eves are pretty much the same. Do you realize that statement conflicts heavily with your critique of my tastes before the repair? I come back because I respect it. Okay. Oh! My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? Do you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off... do you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off repair fees? You better be prepared. I'm sorry. Customer Prey Emery. Stop joking. I have to go now. Even a justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired and become a zombie rubbing my face against the glass window. Bye now. The streetlight idiot should have left the shop too. You're sharp. Good sense as always. It was a pleasant conversation today, Prey. Me too. See you later, Chris. Prey hurriedly left the door with a quick step. It seemed she spent more time than expected, distracted by the chat. So it's already time for lunch. Let's take a break. Wow, seriously amazing. What did you just do to my back? I feel light as a feather. Nice. Next. An Eve stood before me, though there was no sound of the opening door. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TNDLS models are government-affiliated Eves, usually distinguished by their department mark. I don't see a department. Well, maybe that or that. But I couldn't see any mark. Okay, so we can't see one. Okay. But I couldn't see any mark on the Eve before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy. Nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but I reacted unusually sensitive to that mark. Prey says I look at that mark with eyes of a sinner. K, which probably isn't a polite behavior towards customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. Ah, you wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I am Orca O'Hara. Wait, what? From the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I am a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other Eves to reduce citizens' aversions. Rescue? You have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TNDLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto universal fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for the attaching the powered exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine And the tail part, it was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. But Orga seemed unaware of it and chattered excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that, nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course that wasn't it. Really? I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people aren't rare towards government-affiliated Eves. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Ahem. Perhaps because everyone is preparing for the Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day. One of Chroma City's prides and the pride of prides. Hey. A holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come for the sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago, I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities? Yes. Back then, I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the nearby tragedy. And most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers, who knew about the accident, went along with it too. It's probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging, but they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured into it. You see, some of the freaking poured into it to cancel just because an accident occurred. So it's about money? Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma City are patience. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures bought on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize. Experientially Okay. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day. And tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable because they're tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain. One of human instincts. Oops. I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds makes you feel alive, whether machine or human. I mean, I guess. I know Mex's freaking knees are making creaking sounds, right? But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first-generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired TNDLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? 35 moves. Nope. Hey, I'm doing my best, okay? And I want to hear it from you. But we get a but. Oh, okay. So that shows. Okay, so I need a tier 2 and a tier 1, and then 3 tier 1s, and then 2 tier 1s. Okay, interesting. I wonder if it'll be easier to. Let's see. Okay, so there's nothing in here right now. Alright, I'm just trying to see what we have. I wonder if this would work. Okay. So that's not gonna do what I was hoping it would do. What if I did... that wouldn't work, I don't think. Yeah, see. Okay, what if I do that? Okay. Interesting. I'm just trying to see what works and what doesn't work. Okay, so we need both. We need all of them right here. Interesting. So let's do this. Nice. Okay, I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very sensitive. Oh dear. I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I've maintained a TNDLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Alright, so... Yep. Okay. So, okay, that's good. And we can't go back. That's fine. All right, this one over here, like Monster Doctor, something like that. I can see that. Oh, I messed it up. Could I get you over? I think I can. Yeah. Okay, that's taken care of. Now we just need to do this one. This one's gonna be a bit of a pain in the butt. Perfect. Each TNDLS model had one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in different purposes. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. Wait, she has a... Oh, that... Oh, okay. Yeah, she has a tail. I didn't notice she had a tail. The eaves of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, to which I belong, are all TNDLS models. And we have tails like... And I think it should have been they. And they have tails like me. It's fascinating. Usually... Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris, or break down walls to enter. Or something used for such rough purposes. Didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high-strength special alloy. Is a high-strength... Yeah, some of the sentences are off a little bit. The external armor is a high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. Huh. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful. I'll be more careful to work delicately. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Man, most of the ones trying to see if I can I need to clear I need to clear this whole area out. So yeah, this would be a better one to do like that. There we go, and then like this. Drat! Oh well. Let's see. I don't have enough built up so I can just change one of them. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Actually, that should work. Yeah. And we'll do this. Swap it. Can I get 6 moves with you? Yes. Yes, I can. There we go. As you said, it was a regular checkup. And there was no major problem, so it's finished quickly. Oh. That unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interesting look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. Okay. I'm glad you're satisfied. I think he was supposed to say that in his mind, not out loud. Kind of feels like that. Anyway, I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city center on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly? You have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes. In Luminous City, my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place, and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That particular stimulation where the gaze of others mixes into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides. Excuse me. Open on all sides, it feels really good. Every hobby has its own taste. I apologize for that roughness during the maintenance. No. It's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between. I felt reassured at the end, and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much. I can endure this much for this level of effort. Marga started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless Eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data. Okay. And you mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribed to Neon Shine. Not recently. The last time was on Discord. That was a couple weeks ago? Week ago? It's been a little while. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribed to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of light. They made survival a paid service. Yep. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, Eves are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They call it LDS, right? Correct. Stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body's signaling system gets tangled, and for Eves, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to this city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me and Eve to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar. Just the difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones. And the medical measure called defibrillation, defibrillation, is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving my electrical signals and psychology and emotional judgments moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing according to the hardware environmental. According to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and Eves. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of dialogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days. Finally, it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah! I saw it on my way here. The name started with You mean Retrogen? 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 Whatever, anyway. Retro. What was it? Retrogen. The pronunciation is a bit odd. Ah! Is it that Trojan from the Trojan horse? It's as unusual a name as this place. Right? I heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. So, re-Trojan? So it'd be better to say re-Trojan. Okay. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that, it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand-drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city. Interesting. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive. Even if they are stability officers. Thinking of this city's stability officers as police in other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year-end atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. Nice. I wonder... Okay, so it does say perfect repair. I'm assuming that as long as I'm under the targeted moves, we're good. Is it already done? Oh my, your touch was so delicate. I didn't even realize I was being repaired. Nice. It's dark and gloomy all day again today. Now that there's hardly any sunlight anymore, it's hard to even see a gray night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, I only feel more drained. Let's hurry up and open up shop. Dude, I'm sorry though. This art style, I love this freaking art style so freaking much. I mean, hell, look at my freaking look at my overlay. This is my freaking look at my this is pretty damn close to my freaking overlay that I love. I do want to see about getting some more. Oh, okay. This is new. This is news things. Sharing solos. Let's see. Yesterday afternoon, 50th anniversary ceremony. Electric vital entity. They tried really hard to find some names that would, some words that would match with Eve. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Can I hide you? No. Whatever. Let's open for business, shall we? Are Mom and Dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic zenith again this year? Just like every year, yeah. What about you? Needless to say, me neither. I really didn't. I really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was? Mom and Dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places. And I'm too far away to go, so if you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? Picking a fight with me right now? You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at you. Look at your age. Go outside and meet people. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever. Says who? Actually, I don't. I'm just drinking a 7-Up right now. Ah. The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman is... The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. And an article will pop up on the main news page. Victim, Chris J. Hayes, 22, found in motel with organs harvested. Okay, so here's our info here. We're 22 apparently. Okay. That lack of confidence of yours is the problem. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decent looking. Blech. Let's stop. So if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my polar night day in beer while watching Dokumi's stream again this year. Dokum? Whatever, anyway. That's how I'll spend my polar night day. Stream my foot. You're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey now. Hey, how do you... Wait. You've never even been in my room. Hit the nail on the head. No, that's not... That... Hey, Mikey. Shut up. You're single, too. Probably sitting in the corner of your room alone. Hello, Chris. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? New game! Chinese food hit the spot tonight. But the toilet would be sad later. Ow. But yes, we have a new game. D1AL-ogue. Chris, Ah! Miss Leanne, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment?
A pity. I wanted to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never you never show me. It was such a pure smile.
Without kidding. No. It at least isn't that crazy. I mean, yeah, we have some, you know.
I like anime titties.
But, you know.
I'm envious, whoever they are.
Ah. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day.
Ah, the one you often talk about.
Miss Anne took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself.
Well, if it's a younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her.
Oh my. Anyway, what brings you here today? I remember you had your regular checkup recently.
I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus.
That's funny.
What is?
When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason.
I told you I came to replace my processing unit.
You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup.
All right, you win. I came here to whine a bit.
Okay, tell me.
For a ridiculously shady repair clinic.
Yet, you've come back several times, so you must like it.
There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose.
Is this supposed to be a compliment? Saying I have no customers?
Yes, it's a compliment.
Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. What are you whining about today? Miss Leanne frowned as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That's quite a look on your face.
Huh? Oh, was I? Sorry, when the processing unit connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first?
It's possible, but... Alright, 40! Oh my! Yep. Oh, we got... Oh! 4 of them! Okay. 3 and a big one. Okay, that one... I feel like this one probably... Probably this one, and then we'll work to that one, and then we'll go to that one. Alright, we've got 4 blue. This is, Hey, I gotta make good thumbnails. I gotta have good thumbnails. One way or another. I'm gonna use it for a thumbnail. I guess you could say saving it for later. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for a freaking thumbnail. I gotta clean this out. Actually, that worked. I gotta clean this up. Why would I lie about it? Why would I lie about it, man? It's just, you can hear it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it as a thumbnail. Possibly, unless we get something even better. Now, if I clean this out, I might be able to get that. Or I could move you. What if I do? I don't need that one. I need it here. What if I actually... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I got 7 moves here. If I do that, then I can do that. Oh, I can replace. How do I do that? Wait, I could, no, that wouldn't work there. Oh, okay, I see now. I see now. Okay, the hand changed.
Every time I visit here, you're on the phone with your sister.
It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister.
I'd like to join that routine next time.
You, Miss Leanne?
I heard that in human society, it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event.
Main event, you say? I don't know what you mean by main event. But your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event? That's a good shot. That's a good one right there. I'll take that one. Okay, so yeah, it does. Okay, this is perfect. Then I will do... Actually, I can do this. That'll give me that. And then I do this. No, wait. Which one is it? Okay, this one is the one that needs to be the larger one. Okay. So... do this. To replace that, I get another one of those. Then I can move you here. And then do you. Can I... No. Like that. No, damn it. Okay. Perfect.
What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and Eves?
For someone who's never been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer.
Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my opinion to the pro side.
Okay.
Miss Anne,
The temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. I wish I could see how many moves I've made. Okay, where is... That is the upgraded one. That's not gonna do me any good. I wonder if it'll let me retry if I screw up and don't get a perfect. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I can do this. That'll collapse that. I did not get another blue, but I could turn you to blue and then move it over. Oh, very good, very good. If I move you over here, that'll clear most of this out. Maybe... No, I didn't get another blue. I just need a blue. All right. What mix? No, B-Man.
No.
I thought it was mix for something. I don't know why. But I thought it was mix. I was like, hey, B-Man. 65-day streak.
I don't know what would make me think that Mex was harassing me even more. I'm an ass.
I don't know about that one. I think that... feels more like the pot calling the kettle. No, I don't want to do that. I want these to go together. Actually, I could do that. That'll combine those. And get this one closer. Unfortunately, I still need... Oh, God. There we go. Harass with that. This is true. This is true. And Mex does love to harass. The maintenance is done without any problems.
Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. That touch of yours, skillfully probing my secret corners and leading me without giving a chance to resist.
Okay.
Whose core other than mine have you caressed with such care?
Miss Leanne. The customers who visit this repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise.
What is?
Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it.
Oh my, saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy.
The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to whine, but it was to the point of needing repairs.
I thought it would get better once I relieved some stress.
If I left the unit as it was, I figured I'd be seeing you soon for the same repair request. So I replaced it with a higher-end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much?
Hold on. That's what I'm about to tell you. You know I work at a pharmaceutical company, right?
Of course. I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Liang, every time I do repairs.
A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something. Our company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. That talent isn't everything.
Exactly.
He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on the existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements, so my colleagues have had no choice but to do as he's asked.
More work for you.
That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic or grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we don't have to do, I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague's research looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project.
Huh.
It almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying. Thanks to him, we're free from the management's nagging, and we can buy time to improve the product's stability.
Office politics. Feels a bit distant to me.
Maybe for you. From my perspective,
Miss Liang, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about?
I'd like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago.
Few days ago?
Yes, half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought.
You fought?
It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out.
Did she actually, like, punch the dude? If she did punch the dude, respect. Respect.
He disrespected our project. Said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if we had any intention of finishing this research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. I should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts, so it was a ploy to bring in another expert to break our resolve.
That's pretty serious sabotage.
Unfortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable. And he failed to change the team members' minds. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me, even though I threw the first punch.
One punch! Sorry.
Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by himself.
Damn! Damn, no one called an ambulance for the dude. He had to call it on himself. Hold on. I have to. Hold on. I have to do it. Hold on. Where is it? You know I have to do it.
Hey, old man. Give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
That's funny. I'm sorry, that is freaking great. He had to call an ambulance for himself.
It must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wondered what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I want to forget everything. Let's just rest. So I came to see you.
All I do is listen to you talk a little. All I did was listen to you talk a little.
That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts.
Thanks to me.
Place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. And that's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it made me feel that my project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be a great help to the world.
Can I ask what kind of medicine it is?
I'd love to tell you.
Miss Theon's eyes sparkled as if a favorite topic had come up. She just wants to freaking talk with us. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self.
Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression, though there's potential for misuse.
It seems so.
Right. That's why we're delaying its release. A similar drug already exists, but there are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as commercial success,
sticking to a proven product.
Exactly. He made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and sells well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself.
I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamin I take. As I hardly see the sun, I guess it must maintain vitamin D. And vitamin D. I have no idea.
The drugs available on the market dull memories that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blunted. It's similar to when you treat with an Eve's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you're taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately for breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs.
Losing memory due to a drug comes back if you stop taking it, right?
In theory, yes. But it seems there are cases where that's not true for the products on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable.
Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long. Not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital until their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching.
Right? Many people think of hospitals as a place to go for resurrection.
Okay.
But this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorders caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. The blackout phenomenon. Do they call it zombies these days?
That's what people usually call it, I hear.
Right. The biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the streets will be reduced by more than half.
Zombie prevention and trauma care. Sounds good.
The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems good too.
Hey, Kraken!
It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it, as some people arguing that it forces continuous purchases of the drug. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation.
That makes sense, but...
Oh, your opinion on my research?
Missy Ann's eyes widened. Does she think we found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you'll end up with nothing left someday. Even today, Miss Ann will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right?
Well, yes.
There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart, and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medication you're making was made for situations like that.
That's right. It's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind.
I want the patients to be like you, Miss Leanne. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they've postponed with a mended, strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Leanne. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place you escape to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Leanne, I hope it turns out just as you wish. Nope, she went bright.
She went bright red. You little...
Why?
I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say.
Miss Ann lunged at me. She had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back.
Now you've said it. I'll be sure to protect the project.
Okay. Okay, now let me go.
Let me hug you a little longer.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Miss Ann, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and then having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Save. Oh. Okay, so yeah, we only did 24. I would have sworn I moved way more than 24. I really thought I moved way more than 24. Oh well, whatever, I'll take it.
The heat crushing my brain vanished in an instant. Your touch really is special.
Wow. Alright, this is a good stopping point for the video. We are not going to end the stream, but we are going to end the YouTube video here. I am liking this. I like the little puzzle. I freaking adore the art style so much. Once again, this game is free. This game is free. And I like it. I like it. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be the end for the video. We are not ending the stream, but for those that are watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, click the thumbs up button, click that subscribe button. As both you two and I know that you're enjoying the videos that I make and want to see more. And of course, if you want to come and hang out with us, freaking the link for the streams down in the description below. Click on that link, come and hang out. We love to get new peeps in the chat. But for now, once again, thanks for watching. And later, YouTube. Bye! Peace!